Hello everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for always coming back to watch a new video whenever we drop a new content. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for tuning into our channel today. And for those that don't know me, my name is Jude and I am a current Erasmus Mundus student studying public health in disaster in Europe, and I'm currently in my third semester. In our channel, we release information about a fully funded scholarship, how to apply for it, and how to tackle some of the essays that comes with the scholarship application. So if you go through our channel, you're going to find resources and insights on how to win fully funded scholarships for yourself and your family. Recently, I released a video on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I encourage you to apply for that scholarship. This is the one here. This scholarship has no age limit. This scholarship does not have nationality restrictions, so everybody around the world can apply for the scholarship. And even if you have a 2-2 or a third class or a 2-1, you can apply for the scholarship. And I actually talked about how to make your application package stronger so that you will be competitive candidates to win the scholarship. However, there are other materials in this channel that you can watch, especially why people get rejected. I encourage you guys to watch this video. I talked explicitly about the reasons for getting rejections so that you can use this information to prepare and plan yourself so that you don't make the same mistakes that some of us did when we were applying for scholarships. Okay, and without wasting much of our time, let us go straight into the business of today, which is fully funded scholarship in Netherlands. Okay, if you're interested in this content, I encourage you to watch this video to the end. But before then, please subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed, and I encourage you to write down your questions on the comment section, and I'll be there to respond to your questions as soon as possible. Okay, welcome back guys. So we're talking about the Maastricht University, Netherlands High Potential Scholarship. This scholarship is fully funded and is funded by the Netherlands government in the University of Maastricht. There are about 24 fully funded scholarships available, and it is worth 30,000 euros. And this scholarship covers your full tuition fee and also pays you a monthly stipend. Okay, and then there is also health insurance available for the scholarship recipients. Now let's talk about the eligibility criteria. So who is eligible to apply for this scholarship? One, you must not come from the EU, so you should not be an EU citizen, and then you should not hold a dual citizenship, and you must have applied for admission for any of the participating programs for this scholarship. In other words, it is not all the programs at the Maastricht University that are eligible for this scholarship. I will show you the list of programs that are eligible for the scholarship by clicking on this link. I will show you that later. And you must meet the admission requirement, of course. And you must not have studied in the Netherlands before. So if you have studied in the Netherlands, you are not eligible to apply for this scholarship. And then you must not be older than 35 years as at September next year, 2024. So if you are less than 35 years, you are eligible to apply for this scholarship. And also you must have a very good academic standing. They expect you to be the top 5% in your previous study. So in your bachelor's degree, they expect you, or during your undergraduate program, they expect you to be the top 5% of your class. So they need high achieving students. Okay, the scholarship is very competitive. They said it here. In fact, it is just like every other scholarship, and then they only collect 2% of all the applicants. I think it is even generous. Most scholarships collect 1% and 1.5% of all the applicants. Okay, so I encourage you to also apply. That is why I encourage you to make as many applications as possible. Then the deadline is February 1, 2024. So make your application as soon as possible. So guys, these are the eligible or participating programs that are available for the high potential scholarship at the Maastricht University. So in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, you have MA in European Public Affairs. Okay, so you can go through the list and see if you have any program that you are interested in to apply for this scholarship. So in the Faculty of Health, Medicine and Life Science, you have MSc Epidemiology, Global Health and all that. So you look at in the Faculty of Science and Engineering, you have MSc in System Biology, Imaging and Engineering. And the Faculty of Psychology and Neuroscience, you have MSc Forensic Psychology, MSc Psychology and all that. So in the School of Business and Economics, you have MSc Sustainability Science Policy and Society. So these are some of the programs that are eligible for this scholarship. So make sure you apply to any of these programs. If you apply to any programs outside this list, you won't be eligible for the high potential scholarship. So the high potential scholarship, there are two program durations. One is that of 13 months for 1 year master's program, and the other is 25 months for 2 years master's program. So if you see a 2 years master's program there, please go ahead to apply. You are eligible to get the scholarship. And if you see a 1 year master's program, go ahead to apply. You are eligible for the scholarship program. This is the worth of the scholarship. For your living expenses, you are paid over 12,000 euros for 1 year program, and for 2 years program you are paid over 23,000 euros. It is paid directly to you. For your health insurance, you get about 700 euros, and they also contribute to your visa cost 210 euros. The tuition fee, they pay fully for your tuition fee, and the pre-academic training cost, they pay fully for it. So if there is anything concerning your tuition fee, you are covered. So you don't need to worry about tuition fee. You don't need to do extra work or too much work to cover for your living expenses or for your tuition fee. Okay, so it's a fully funded scholarship. The application procedure is in 2 phases. First, you have to apply for admission in any of the participating programs that I showed you earlier. So if you click here, you will go to the program web page and apply, meet the admission requirement. After you have applied, you'll be given a student ID number. With that student ID number, you use it to complete the second step of the application, which is where the scholarship is. So the first step is getting admission. The second step is the scholarship application form. These are the steps. Step 1 to get admission, step 2 for the scholarship application. Note that you must get admission in the eligible programs for the high potential scholarship. And secondly, if your program has application fee, they call it a handling fee. If your program has application fee, you are expected to pay it. The scholarship does not cover your handling fee or your application fee. However, some programs do not have handling fee. So check out the program you're applying and be sure whether or not it has handling fee. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so that you get alerted whenever we drop a new video. Once you have gotten admission number or student ID number, you click on this link. It will take you to where you start the scholarship application, and you're expected to submit your documents in a PDF format or in a doc format. So these are the documents that are required. Your CV, of course. So please pay attention to the instruction, and your CV should be in A4 and should not be longer than 2 pages. Okay, so paying attention to the admission or the scholarship requirement is part of the eligibility criteria. It's part of the selection criteria. So if you don't meet any of this, you are going to be rejected. So please make sure your CV is 2 pages. You write your letter of motivation. They have a template for writing a letter of motivation, which I will show you now. And then you also have to prove to them that you have a strong academic standing. You have to prove to them you have. So how do you do that? You show that you have your transcript. Your transcript is showing that you have a good result, and then your certificate is showing that you have a good result. And in your recommendation letter, your referees can attest that you are top 10% of the class, you are top 5% of the class, if that is the case. So you have to also have to write a personal statement of financial need. So this high potential scholarship in Netherlands is also a need-based scholarship. So you explain why you can't fund yourself for this program at Maastricht University and why you need the financial aid from this scholarship. So they also need that. So some of the things you can put in that letter is maybe you are the first son or the first child of your family, and you have so many financial responsibilities that does not allow you to raise enough money to sponsor or further your education yourself, or you are living with disability, or you're a refugee, or you have a medical condition that requires so much money to take care of. So there are certain things you can use, certain metrics you can use to write, your personal statement on financial need. Remember that this personal statement of financial need is very important. It is different from your letter of motivation. Okay, and then you need your reference letter. So you look at the reference guide. We'll open it, and then I will show you how the reference guide is, and you make sure you submit it before the deadline. Then you put the contact of one of your referee. So remember that when you are giving, when you're putting up your referee information, please use the institutional email address. Okay, and I encourage you to use academic referee because this is an academic institution, so they usually prefer a reference from a fellow academic. So use an academic referee, use their institutional email address, not their private email address. This is the template for the motivation letter for University of Maastricht scholarship. So the template is very nice, it is well divided, so you have to write according to this title so that you will get the scholarship. So the first thing is, why do you apply for this scholarship? Okay, this is, and it's 100 words. This is where you tell them that you don't have the finances to sponsor yourself for the scholarship. You convert your annual income into euros to explain to the scholarship committee. You also, if you are the first child of the family taking a lot of responsibilities, you mention it here. If you are married and you have children and you have a wife to take care of, these are part of your financial responsibility, and you can't afford to sponsor yourself for this master's degree program. You mention the name of the course you want to apply here too, and how this particular course is important in your career path briefly. Okay, so the next section is, why do you think you are a suitable candidate for this scholarship? 100 words. Also, they also ask you to emphasize on your personal development potential. So your personal development potential is what you have done in the past, okay, and then they use what you have done in the past to actually tell what you can do in the future. So here you mention that maybe you're a first class candidate, you mention it. A 2-1 candidate, you mention it. If you're the best graduating student, you mention it. If you have TOEFL or IELTS score, you mention it. If you wrote a GMAT, you have a GMAT score, you mention it there. So if you're working as a graduate assistant or any of the positions that you think that makes you a good candidate, you mention it. Okay, if you're a leader in any position, you mention. The third one is about the achievements you are most proud of. So they divided it into 3 to make it easier for you: academic achievement, personal achievement, and achievement in your surrounding and community. So your academic achievement may be, you are the best graduating student in your department, you are the best in mathematics, you are the best in physics, you are the best in that. Okay, and your other academic achievements may be that in a semester you got parallel A's, 5.0 CGPA in your final year semester, or you got 4/5 CGPA in your maybe third year in school. These are academic achievements. Or you are given an award as the most outstanding student maybe during your final year forum. So your personal achievements are things you did outside the university environment. Okay. Other things that you think that are worthy of note in your life outside the academia, you mention it. Things you've achieved outside the academia, in your surrounding community. Maybe you are the community youth president, you are the church youth president, and then you mention it. And in this position, what did you do? Being a president is an achievement, but then in that position, what did you do? What did you achieve? What are the things that you did in that position? They want to see them here. If you are part of an NGO and you've done cleaning, you've done sensitization, you've helped the poor, you've distributed resources, and all that, you can mention it here. These are some of the things they want to see. They want to see that you have done things for yourself in the past, and they use that to actually tell what you can do in the future. So the next thing they want to see there is how do you see your future, and how will this scholarship influence it? So you break it down into 3: your mid-term goal, your short-term goal, your mid-term goal, and your long-term goal. You break it down, and I've discussed this in the video when I talked about motivation letter. So you see that the essays are not entirely different. So but with this type of breakdown, it makes it easier for you to tackle each part very well. So you mention how you are going to, what you're going to do in the first 1 year, the first 3 to 5 years, and in the next 10 years after graduation, and make sure that whatever you are writing aligns with the goals of the scholarship, aligns with the goal of Maastricht University. Then the last part, how do you see yourself in the role of an ambassador for the Maastricht University during the period of the scholarship and after the scholarship? That is what they want to see here. So what they're interested in, what are you going to do when you're in Maastricht University enjoying the scholarship? So you can state that you will join some of their NGO, some of the community development services that is championed by Maastricht University, and then you'll be part of them. You could be part of those who will be taking strong positions in this organization. So it will be your duty to research about Maastricht University, to know what they do, and some of the community development services that they do. And then you also mentioned that you can be a good ambassador of the university on your social media platform, on your LinkedIn and all that. You will be a good ambassador, portraying the university very well. Then if there are organizations that you need to join, you join them. If there are NGOs in the university that you need to join, clubs, social clubs that you need to join, you join them, because in these places you can actually help the university have a better facelift. Okay. And after your program, what are you going to do? Maybe you maintain ties with the university. You also maintain good coordination and relationship with the professors, and then you also do a lot of research in the areas of interest. If you want to go for a PhD, you are going to go as an ambassador of. So this is a reference letter guideline. Please read it thoroughly and make sure your referee follows this format. Okay, it must be written in English and typed, and the date should not be more than 1 year old. Okay, so for those of you who are using generic reference letter, make sure it is not older than 1 year, and then the contact should be institutional or work email address. So if you are working in a place and that institution does not have an institutional email address, please, I don't encourage you, don't use that referee. Please use a referee that has an institutional email address. Okay, and it must be signed. It must be signed by the author, either electronic signature or hand signature. Please make sure it is signed. Make sure your referee describes the relationship between you and the referee, and then make sure that the referee states clearly that you are a high potential candidate, and then also rank you in the class among the first 5% or first 10%, as the case may be. So going through the materials, you discover that the application deadline is 1st of February. So after you have applied, by April 2024, you will get notified for only successful candidates. So while the candidates that are rejected or on the waiting list will be notified by May 2024. So if by the end of April next year you don't hear from them, you just assume that you are either on the waiting list or you are rejected. And however, I encourage you that when you make a scholarship application, please don't just relax. After making an application, go for the next one. Apply to as many as possible, okay, so that you increase your sample size and have a higher chance of getting selected. For this scholarship, remember, you can make more than one application. You can apply to more than one program, so you can take advantage of that to increase your sample number so that you will have higher chances of being selected. So if you're not selected in the first program, you can be selected in the second program. If you have any question, drop it on the comment section. I'll be there to respond. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe and do well to turn on the notification bell, this bell here, so that you get alerted whenever we drop a new video. Please like this video if you find this video helpful, and then share to any young person you know that is interested in applying for scholarship.